Good afternoon. We're having a heat spell. It's 25 degrees outside, but I think this cold spell is finally beginning to break, and it's supposed to be a little bit warmer this coming weekend. But if you hear me say, I don't mind the cold, I just don't like the wind, and thank God it's not windy. But as we gather today, we are in the midst of the week of prayer for Christian unity. It's observed each year between January 18th and January 25th. And those days were specifically chosen when we began the week of prayer for Christian unity because January 25th, when we end the week, that feast is the conversion of St. Paul. January 18th was originally a feast in honor of St. Peter, but that feast was moved to February. But we still observe the week of prayer for Christian unity between the 18th and the 25th of January each year. And this year's theme for this week of prayer for Christian unity is, Do you believe this? And it comes from John's Gospel and the story of the raising of Lazarus from the dead, when Jesus tells Martha that he is the resurrection and the life, and asks her, do you believe this? And she responds, yes. So that was chosen as the theme this year, but also the idea of belief. We're also this year celebrating the 1700th anniversary of the Nicene Creed, which is our statement of belief that we profess each Sunday when we gather to celebrate the Eucharist. And our Holy Father, Pope Francis, hopes to go to the town of Iznik, Turkey in May with the Orthodox Ecumenical Patriarch Bartholomew of Constantinople to mark the anniversary of the Nicene Creed. Iznik, Turkey is the present-day city at the site of the ancient city of Nicaea. And it was at the Council of Nicaea that they developed what we now know as the Nicene Creed. And it took much debate and arguing and fighting for several years to formulate the creed that we profess every Sunday. Each word, each statement were discussed and weighed very carefully, particularly those statements that deal with the relationship between the Father and Christ. And I said it took a lot of fighting, a lot of arguing to come up with that statement. But to think it's 1700 years old. Next year, we're going to celebrate the 250th anniversary of our country. That's like a drop in the bucket compared to a creed that we've had for 1700 years and is professed by all the Christian denominations. So if on a particular Sunday, if you were to go to a Presbyterian church, a Methodist church, an Episcopal church, a Lutheran church, they also say the same creed that you and I say each Sunday when we gather here at Our Lady of the Valley and Holy Cross. It defines who we are as a Christian denomination throughout the world. But there is a difference between what you and I profess and what the Orthodox Church professes. They have the same creed, except for one line. It is known as the Filioque Clause. And because you and I and most of the Western churches say that the Holy Spirit comes from both the Father and the Son, the Orthodox Church says, no, the Holy Spirit only comes from the Father. So they don't have that phrase in theirs that is referred to as the Filioque Clause. But it's interesting, every time we celebrate an ecumenical prayer service and the creed is professed, we use the Orthodox version of the creed as a way of ecumenical dialogue. And so it's a wonderful way to celebrate our faith, this creed that we've had for 1700 years throughout the Christian world. And it's a milestone for all of us. A couple things to remember. First of all, I want to thank all those who brought winter clothes over this past weekend. We had 87 large bags of clothes that were sent out to the various agencies we deal with to bring winter clothes to people who need them. 87 bags. It was wonderful to see. And I want to thank all of our confirmation students who helped with that drive here over the weekend. So again, thank you for all those who contributed. Also, this Saturday is the Knights of Columbus Gift Basket Bingo. That'll be held Saturday night here in Father Rugel Hall. It was a fun time last year, and so hopefully it's going to be another fun time this year. Tickets at the door will be $40. So those are two things to get ready for this coming weekend. So enjoy this warm weather, and hopefully as the days progress, the weather will get better. But again, thank you for listening, and have a good day, and we'll see you this weekend.